to the Melissa Hull Show. I'm your host, Melissa Hull, and we are joined by my amazing friend, Dariush Sudi.
Perfectly
Correct?
pronounced.
Okay, I was worried about that.
9.5 out of 10.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Well, I was hoping for 10.
But because if I give you perfection, there's no room for improvement. So
that's always
you're
true.
never going to get a 10 from me.
Okay. Maybe 9 3/4?
Next.
Okay, I'll take it. Oh, next time.
Yes.
Okay, 9.5.
Let's keep trying.
I'll take it. That's fine. So we've been sitting here having this really great conversation, and it's time to bring the viewing audience in. I need for you to do just a little bit of explaining of who you are and what it is that you do.
Who am I? That's
Isn't that like
how,
a deep
how long
question?
do we have? It's this. I think the answer is two ways. What people, I want people to think of me, but who am I truly within? So which one would you like to
Who are you truly within? Because that's really what is most important to me. Who you
I like to think I'm a force for good,
Yeah.
with lots of insecurities, and I don't have a problem sharing them with people. Because when I share them with people, they actually find some synergy. And they think it's okay, this guy's brave enough to share it. And if there's synergy, there's connection, then they feel strong enough to, if they want to take action to make changes in their lives, positive changes.
I always say that my vulnerability is my greatest strength.
Yes.
Because it's the vulnerabilities, those things that we spend so much time trying to avoid, that really connect us to the most people. And the more honest I became in who I really am and the insecurities that I have dealt with and wrestled with for most of my life, I found that not only was I liberated, but I found wings. I started to fly. Like my life just took off in a direction I never anticipated in. I had this overwhelming sense of purpose.
Yes.
And I sensed that from you.
Yes. I think most people, I'm not the smartest guy on the planet by any means.
Well, I'm not
the
smartest
tallest,
one either,
the best looking, but the best looking, fastest, strongest, nothing. I wasn't born with any particular gifts. So whatever I had to achieve in life, I had to work at it. And often, lots of things you realizing when you hit the bottom of the pan, when your life, nose to the grindstone, when things are taken away from you. Often people hit those points and then they start reflecting. Point of considering committing suicide, giving up. Those are the points when you think enough is enough, there's a purpose to my life. Smart people use other people's experiences that never have to go to that level to change their lives. And those people are very rare.
They are very rare. I think that I'm definitely one of those people that learns by experience.
Your own experiences.
How
much time and pain you have to go through.
But I'm okay. I'm okay with it. For me, looking back, I have nothing but gratitude. And I say that honestly. It took me a long time to come to the point where I could honestly say to a person, I'm grateful for the experience of losing my son. I lost him when he was 4.5, and as a parent, that seems like an unthinkable statement.
Yes.
But what I have discovered is what it has revealed to me about me
Yes.
it's worth the journey.
However, there's a reason why you have this program. And what is that reason?
Because I'm passionate about making a difference.
Yes.
I want people to live in their possibilities and not in their
Without
pain.
having to lose anybody, without having to go through that pain.
Exactly.
You see?
I want them to benefit from what I've learned and what I know. But
If one viewer
absolutely.
changes their life because of watching you or this interview or your programs, you've succeeded, right?
Not only have I succeeded, that's enough of a legacy for me. Yeah, it's just one person, and really it's born out of a deep gratitude for the time that a woman took to write me a letter at my lowest point. When it was right after the death of my son, and it came at a point when my husband and I had just separated a month later. So if you can imagine losing your child and then feeling like you've lost your marriage and your family and that sense of who you are.
Hope.
Hope was something that I couldn't even fathom at the time. But this woman, Teresa, spent maybe 15 minutes writing a letter to me that changed the entire course of my life. And this television show is really my way of saying thank you. And if I make even the smallest difference in one person's life, that changes the course of their decision making, to remain here and fight through the pain and to get through, like, to the other side, then this is all worth it.
Yes.
And I know you have similar experiences. I listened to your story, and I'd love for you to share a little bit more about those points in your life where you have had to ask those deep, like, those questions, but like, who am I? What am I really here to
Sure.
do?
I think I was 3.5 when my father died. He went to work in a different city and he never came back. He died New Year's Eve. And so when there's a new year on New Year's Eve, there's that hook, there's that connection of sadness. And then my grandfather took care of myself and my sister. And my mother was 23, a widow at 23. My sister was 30 days old.
Wow.
And then my grandfather took care of us, but he died of a heavy heart, because when you lose a child. So he died when I was 7. So one thing I noticed is that life is not forever, at a very early age. And whatever I do it fully with passion, because I know that next minute I could go. Now, most people lose their parents later on in life. So the question I've asked myself, was I blessed? Was I blessed or was I cursed? You see? So then I realized that that interpretation of what happened is a choice that I make in my mind. And I thought, well, probably my dad had faults. Probably he wasn't a perfect human being. Right? And I didn't realize how much anger I had for him. And he had no choice. He died at 29 of a heart attack. And I thought, did I actually have loads of anger for him for leaving me so early in life? And I did. And I had to deal with that. There's so many ways your mind interprets things, or the things you avoid. Because I was a very angry young man. And I didn't realize how much anger I had towards him for leaving me, if that kind of makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yes.
It does make sense.
And he didn't abuse his body or anything. He was just born with a high cholesterol and arteries closed and died in his sleep. But I thought, well, there is a reason why I'm on this planet. And how can I use that to actually enhance other people's lives? And it's that cycle started. And so I started, if there's anything, I have a very sensitive aerial towards the internal dialogue of the people I come across. Internal dialogue is what they're thinking when they behave in certain ways, because we're too easy to judge. And I'm thinking, why do they behave that? What happened in their lives? What are they thinking what's the process of their thinking to behave the way they do? Then I realized I'm actually not a very good life coach. Because
Why would you say
because a
that?
couple of times in life, I've lost everything and I've built it again. So if there's anything, I realize that if somebody's motivated, they're motivated. If somebody's demotivated, negative, it's going to take too much of my energy to change their mindset.
I see.
So if in my life I come across motivated people, driven people with a purpose like yourself, I could help them make money, because that's my skill, but they have to have that motivation. 85% of, I believe, success is motivation. 10% is right habits, and 5% is the skill.
I think that's very wise and very, very true. I think motivation is something you can never give somebody motivation. You can inspire them to make change.
For a period of time.
For a period
it's
of time.
up to them to
But
keep
motivation
inspired.
is the daily choice.
Mhm.
It's the commitment. It's
Exactly.
the habits that you have to change to develop.
Exactly.
The behaviors that facilitate accomplishing those goals.
Yes.
And I saw something in the room that you so graciously provided the Speakers Travel Club, here Speak in Dubai with Ernesto Verdugo and Mitch Carson. And it's filled with inspirational quotes. And one of them is hashtag goal digger. And I thought, you know what? I'm goal driven. I am tenacious about reaching and achieving my goals. And it's action, and it's the choice to take action that you just can't give another person.
Yes.
You can have two people with equal skills, equal, whatever it is that they need to support them, and one person will excel and the other will stay stuck.
Yesterday, thank you, if you don't mind me.
Yes, absolutely.
Yesterday, one of my staff has been with me 4.5, actually nearly 5 years. And I gave her a promotion, and you know what she did? She resigned.
Really?
I sat in front, she goes, because I don't think I'm capable of delivering. And I said, I have full faith in you. After 5 years of knowing me, because I think I let you down, and she quit. And my last words to her was, please don't let your limited beliefs stop you from growing.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible? Higher salary,
That
more
is-
responsibility, a great relationship with her for 5 years, and she quit.
That's incredible.
And it was
But
so
at the
sad.
same time, yes, at the same time, I understand. People have a fear of their own greatness.
Correct.
They will stop short of
And
doing
because
something.
of their conditioning of the past, and you can't change that.
You can't change that, only they can, but it is possible.
It is. That's why you're doing the show. That's why I do my
Yeah.
talks, because I'm hoping that I can touch one person a year, a lifetime, to have a better life. And only good people. I get to know people. If you don't have the right values, I don't help them make money. I don't help them because they do not good things with their life. I actually assess, analyze, and look at the personality of my clients, and I make sure I only work with great people. Also, one thing, going back to our previous conversation, is that most people look at goals as something far away or a distance ahead. When I had nothing, when I had $800 in my pocket to my name after losing $50 million in 7 months, and I had one pair of pants, 2 trousers, two tops, and for 6 months my diet was 2 coffees and a sugar donut a day. Yes, in a new country, aged 42 years of age. You know what I did? I had little cars that reminded me that I was worth it. And all my goals of the boat, the cars, the houses, I actually dreamt that I was in them, I was driving them, and I could smell the sea, felt the sun in my face, and subconsciously, every single goal that I dreamt that I was living came true.
It's amazing what our subconscious mind can create or keep us from.
Correct. Now people do affirmations,
Yes.
beg your pardon. Now affirmation says, I have no money in my pocket, but I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. But the subconscious mind is smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I say,
knows.
you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar,
Yeah.
right? So we really truly have to love ourselves. We truly have to believe that we're living that life. And the subconscious mind eventually believes it and works it.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think the key what really took me out of those anchoring, limiting beliefs was the minute I began to forgive myself for what I wasn't able to change, and I wasn't able to go back and save him. You know, my son passed away when I was asleep. He had let himself outside and he wandered away from the house and fell into an irrigation canal. And I just struggled with forgiveness. But the minute I started to forgive myself and remember that I am a human being, I'm infallible, I'm not perfect and never will be. But I am somebody that is worth loving and worth forgiving and worth building up instead of tearing down. And those dialogues that we have in our mind, if we can switch those into loving affirmations instead of "you're an idiot," how could you let this
serve
happen?
you.
Yes,
You're
instead of
here, like it or not, you're here.
I know.
You can get rid of everyone in your life, but you can't get rid of yourself.
No, you can't. This is I struggle knowing that I only have 10 minutes of your time. But before we end this interview, I really want to ask, what is it that lies ahead for you? What are your goals?
Financially, I've achieved most of my goals, thank you, God. And I'm blessed to have a son who actually runs my business. So I've coached him in such a way that I trust him, that I can focus on my talks, contribute, help people, in some kind of motivate them, inspire them, give them skills to make something of their lives. So I want to do more of that. I want to travel the world. I love traveling. I like to touch people's lives in a positive way, as many as I can, as soon as I can, because there's no guarantee of tomorrow.
I do know that. I do know that. It has been an absolute pleasure.
Me too.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you
Mine
for taking time for this really wonderful conversation. And I just want to thank you for watching. And just remember, you have the power to choose the life that you live. Every day it's a choice. So choose wisely. Choose love. Choose love. I'm Melissa Hall, and this has been another episode of The Melissa Hall Show.